This is Scott from KIG. It's Thursday, March 13th. This is our 2003 Donaldson 13-ton air-cooled chiller. We're going to be doing 2 or 3 videos today for a runoff. In fact, this one we expect to be picked up tomorrow by the current customer, or the customer who's buying it. This unit is model UC0400SP. The serial number is 39251/03. It's a 460 volt unit. Right now we're going to have the cover off for this video number 1. This big cover here, the big side cover, which you see over there, that should be on when you do run the unit. So you can have proper airflow through the coils. In fact, all the covers should be on ultimately when you're running this full time. What we have here is we're going to go ahead and just turn our power on right now. And the first thing you do is you turn that main power disconnect button on. And then you turn the secondary power button on. Then after a few seconds, the various temperature controllers will show you the fluid reading. Right now we're still heating up the fluid at the inlet and outlet connections on the back of the unit. We got it up to about 67 Fahrenheit right now. We're probably going to heat it up to about 75 before we actually turn the chiller on. But while we're here, I just want to show you that this is the only temperature control you really need to worry about. That's for the set point adjustment. To change it, you simply hold down the select button. It shows you set at 85. And you can go up or down. The range is from 42 to 90. This temperature controller on the right here, that's our pump low ambient thermostat. That's simply if this were going in either an outdoor installation or a cold installation. It's not going to, it's going to be installed indoors for this customer. But what that does, if it got too low of a temp in the ambient temperature, it would make sure the pump is on all the time no matter what, so no freezing occurs. Further inside the control cabinet is another temperature controller. You should not have to touch this one either. This is the low flow freeze protection, and that tells us if it sees a temperature that's too cold on the heat exchanger, which basically means it lost flow, it's going to shut the system down. So on these Carrel temperature controllers, it's really only this one here, the set point, that you really should be worried about when you're ultimately running the unit. Here's our control cabinet and the various overload protectors and circuit breakers. There's another controller here. You shouldn't have to make any adjustments on that. That's the Carrel controller to communicate with the VFD drive for the fans that are inside the unit. And that's the GE VFD drive that we've made some enhancements on recently. And that's all checked out. And here's our 2 top fans. Here's our big cylindrical tank here, about 85 gallons. You'll see some flow right now, and you'll see the float switch in there too. And this is our Sunpost pump. On the suction side, you see fluid from the tank into the pump, and then it takes that chilled water and it goes out to our process. In return, the water that's returns, kind of tough to see in here, that's the return. That water comes in to the top section of this plate frame heat exchanger, and that's where the chilling takes place. And then that fluid goes out back into that reservoir tank. There's our compressor. This is our TXD valve. Our refrigerant sight glass showing nice and green. Refrigerant receiver. I'm going to go ahead and put the covers back on and get this system running in a couple minutes.